Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. We're going to be talking about eggplant today. I just had a real craving for it, and I pulled out a few of my favorite recipes to share with you today, and maybe you'll try them for dinner tonight. Remember that every time you can have a meal that's just plant-based, you're doing your body good. Eating plant-based helps you eliminate all of our chronic diseases that we suffer with here in the Western Hemisphere, and can also reverse things like heart disease and diabetes. So it's never too late to have more plants. So let's get started. The first thing I want to show you how to make is an eggplant sort of faux meatball. You know, I do miss having spaghetti and meatballs. I used to have those as a kid, so I had to find a great meatball substitute that was made out of plants. So here we go. So in this recipe, I took one eggplant and I cut it up into little pieces, and I'll show you what I did with that in a minute. But the first thing I did was I took out a big bowl, and in that big bowl, I had sauteed 2 tablespoons of onion that had been finely diced, 2 cloves of garlic that were minced, and into that I added a cup of Panko breadcrumbs, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, a teaspoon of oregano, a half teaspoon of parsley, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And that's it. So one other thing though that we're going to add to this, and I want to show you how to do it. Let me grab it. Gotta look for it. Hold on 1 sec. I got this one thing. So we're looking for this egg replacer. Here it is. So egg replacer is used in plant-based cooking to help bind things together. So this is the label. It's called egg replacer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, well, let's see, I think 1 tablespoon of my egg replacer, and I'm going to add to that 3 tablespoons of water. That equals about 1 egg. So there's the tablespoon of the egg replacer, and then we'll get 3 tablespoons of water. And you can see what happens when I put the water in. We're going to stir it up like that. Let me turn this off. We just stir it up to get the lumps out. Perfect. And so this will act as if you had an egg in here, but you really don't. This is all plants. So I think that looks pretty smooth. So let me take it back over here to this mixture. We're going to throw it into the bowl with the breadcrumb mixture, the onions, and the garlic. There we go. And then this is what I did to the eggplant. I put it into a fry pan when it was in little pieces, and I just let it soften. Now in this recipe it says you have to put it in the food processor, but you really don't. Because all I do is take my wooden spoon and I just sort of mash it up until it's very fine. And it looks pretty good. And then I take it and I'm going to add it to our bowl. Just like that. Let's get it all in there. There we go. And then I mix it all together. So that's not really a lot of work, is it? It really doesn't take long to make this up. And before you know it, we're going to have eggplant balls. And boy, are they delicious when you put them into a nice marinara sauce with your favorite pasta. I prefer whole wheat pasta. You know, remember that you don't want to have simple carbohydrates, because if you eat white pasta, you're basically eating sugar. It's been highly processed. So eat the whole food, the whole wheat pasta, or spelt pasta, or brown rice pasta. So can you see how pretty the consistency is now? Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wet my hands, and I'm going to form little meatballs. Oh, see, they hold together beautifully. And they even have the color I think, of a meatball, don't they? So we keep doing this. Let's see how many out of one sort of medium eggplant. How many of these balls can I get? Who wants to guess? Dale, what do you think?
I'm going to say 9.
Okay, Dale says 9. I'm going to say 13. I'll just go for the lucky 13, or unlucky 13. Okay, we're up to 6. Dale, I hate to tell you, but I don't think you're going to win. Not this time. 7, 8.
I'd like to change my answer.
You want to change your answer? Too late. Contest is over. That's 9, 10, 11. Uh-oh. Oh, neither of us won. It was a dozen. So you get a dozen of these out of that one eggplant. So what I'm going to do now is I preheated my oven to 375 degrees. And I'm going to take these and put them in for, I believe, 20 to 25 minutes. And we'll let them bake up. And that's it. Now you can freeze these if you don't want to use them all at once. They taste just fine when you defrost them, and it's a quick and easy meal to throw together with some pasta. Okay, I told you I was on an eggplant kick. Well, I'm going to show you one more thing I do with eggplant that is absolutely delicious. And this is really something you want to impress your friends and family with. It's called an eggplant, arugula, and tomato salad. Now I'm going to get out one thing here. I'm going to get out my dressing. So this is the dressing we're going to use. It's called Necesito Balsamico di Modena Riservera. It's a wonderfully thick balsamic vinegar that I get from the Olive Tap. We have a local store in Long Grove, Illinois, but you can order this online. It is the best balsamic vinegar I have ever had. So we'll just open this up and get ready. Okay, I'm no longer needing this. So what I did with this eggplant is I sliced it into thin, maybe a half-inch slices, half-inch thick slices, and I got quite a few slices out of that one medium-sized eggplant. And this is what you do with it. So you're going to put your eggplant with a little salt on top, like on a tray or on a cutting board with paper towels beneath it. Then you lay your eggplant and you salt it down a little and then put a paper towel on top of it. And let it sort of sit that way for a couple of hours ahead of time. So you want to let all of the moisture sort of come out of it so the salt will pull the moisture out, and then you can just sort of pat it dry when you're ready to use it. So once you've done that, you're going to get 3 bowls ready to make the breading mixture. The first bowl will contain a little bit of whole wheat flour. Now if you can't have wheat, use gluten-free flour. That works just as well. In your second bowl, you're going to have water mixed with just a little bit of Dijon mustard, and just sort of mix it up so it's well, mixed together. And you don't have to worry about measuring anything. Just add mustard, and when it looks a little yellow in the water, when it looks that way, it's done. You're good. And in the third bowl, you're going to take some Panko breadcrumbs, and you're going to put maybe a little salt if you want to season it with salt, and leave that in the third bowl. So you pick up a slice of eggplant, you put it into the flour first, sort of coat it on both sides, then into the liquid with the mustard and the water, and then shake it off. And the last step is to put it in the bowl with the Panko breadcrumbs and your seasonings, and just flip it around, and this is what it looks like. Then I put them in the oven, and I bake them at 375 for about 20 to 25 minutes until they were nice and crispy, which they are, and that's it. So now we're ready to assemble our beautiful salad. Now I'm a big garage sale shopper, and I want to show you some cute plates I got at a garage sale for nothing. I have a whole set of these. As many of you know, I did have heart disease 10 years ago when I had a bypass surgery and an aortic repair. When they were working on me, they did a little damage. They had to do some repair on my aorta as well. So I love having anything with hearts, because 10 years later, I'm still here and I'm doing well. So the first thing you want to do with this salad is you're going to take a slice of eggplant, and then I'm going to take a slice of a beautiful tomato, and then I take my arugula, and this is pre-cleaned, so I don't have to even rinse it. It's just washed and ready to go. Put that on top, and then we start another layer. So I'll take another piece of eggplant, I'll take another slice of this beautiful tomato, and I'll top it with the arugula. Look how pretty that is.
Now, here's the finishing touch. When you're ready to serve it to your family or company, you take this balsamic vinegar, and I want you to gently pour some on top and let it drizzle on the plate so it looks nice and fancy, like you're at a fancy restaurant. Okay, take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
And it's not only beautiful, but it tastes good. So try this as well. And I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. I'm getting ready to watch my Cleveland Browns hopefully advance in the playoffs. We've waited a long time. I'm an Ohio girl originally. We've waited a long time for this, so go Browns!
Go Browns!
All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.